Hello.
Hello.
Can I say that although you look absolutely fantastic tonight, you've already slightly let me down?
Why? What have I done
Well,
now?
because... Do you remember that thing you used to do called The Best of Magic?
No, please don't, Frank.
Why?
Please don't remember that.
No, I like The Best of Magic.
No, you didn't.
Don't be so disloyal to your former activities, right?
OK.
OK, then. So, keep Bruno Brooks out of this. No. I'm sorry. Oh, come on. I don't, actually.
Well, I obviously didn't, otherwise I'd still be with him.
No, so you went off him? Oh, good. I'm so glad you went off him, because he's not a man I've ever taken to.
Why is that?
I don't know, you know, I'm one of these people, Anthea, I like everybody.
Yeah.
Brackets, except Bruno Brooks.
What did he do? Anything?
He never did anything. I'm not blaming the bloke. There's just something just about looking at him. Have you got a picture of Bruno? Just to look.
So he's looking quite good there.
Was that as good as it got? You snogged him.
I did, actually.
You snogged him?
I know, a couple of times.
How long did you go out?
It was about 7 years.
7 years? And you snogged him a couple of times? I'm amazed that you went, just as a little tester.
But his real name's
What's
Trevor.
the bottom line on that?
Got me contact.
Did you say his real name's Trevor?
Yeah.
He's much more of a Trevor than a Bruno.
I suppose you're much more of a Chris than a Frank.
That's true. Yes, Chris is my real name.
Chris? Does he look like a Chris? Actually, no, I don't think you do, you see. I can't imagine you being called Chris.
No, it's
Really?
a very long time ago.
Chris
I
Collins.
still see old mates who say, "Oh, are you Chris?"
Okay,
you know,
Chris.
and I say, "Look, here's a fiver, leave me alone."
Where did Frank come from?
Frank was... oh, you don't hear all that.
No, I didn't.
Don't take me up.
Yeah, where did Frank come from?
Frank Skinner was... he was in my dad's domino team. He was, and he died, and I took his name. Not like in a Martin Guerre sort of a way.
No, that's nice.
It was
You're
a name I
carrying
always
on
liked.
You know, the tradition. Do you play dominoes?
I don't play dominoes. I'm not very sporty. And perhaps Trev, as I like to call him, perhaps his dad, you know, there was a bloke called Bruno Brooks in his domino team, and he thought, I'm having that.
That's it.
He thought, this is probably what he thought about you, Maggie.
He just might have done at the time.
Do you keep in touch?
No.
Good.
No.
I say this, he might really be a lovely bloke, right? I've never met him. It's just, you know, sometimes you take against people. I can't work it out. If you're watching Bruno, don't. Now, I first became aware of you as a major celebrity when you were on Blue Peter.
Oh, right, yeah.
I love that. Was it a great job to do?
That, in all the jobs I've ever done on television, and I've done a few, that was my favourite.
Yeah?
Those are my happiest times in television. It's all carefree and great fun.
Yeah, it looks it. And you got into a little bit of controversy, didn't you?
What was that?
It was, what happened was Tim Vincent. Tim Vincent had Bonnie between...
Yeah, between his legs. It was, actually, that was the time when I really thought, I'm obviously too old for this, because, you know, a thought comes into your head and it comes out of your mouth. Well, on Blue Peter, it might go into your head, but don't let it come out of your mouth. And I can't remember the exact words, but basically what happened was that Tim had Bonnie between his legs, and he was doing this piece of camera, and he was saying that you could see Bonnie at some event over the weekend. Bonnie, who, and Tim said, who's actually between my legs at the moment, and I just said, that's a nice place to be. And it shouldn't have come out of my mouth, I know. And then, of course, Tim had to...
Were you guessing, or...?
He's a gorgeous-looking guy.
He is a gorgeous guy. I mean, next to Bruno, he's an Adonis.
Absolutely. So I thought, well, it must be a nice place to be. And I just couldn't believe it came out of my mouth on Blue Peter, and I got into trouble. I
think the main problem with it was that it started to influence the behaviour of the other Blue Peter pets.
Tortoise population.
This is you there with the tortoises. Now, watch the tortoise just...
Talking tortoises is banned.
He's got... Now, wait for it.
Didn't survive the journey. Where do you think you're going?
At the end there, you go, where do you think you're going? Now, you actually... You made Blue Peter history. You know, I don't know if you're aware of this, but you know when the Blue Peter presenters make things like out of washing up liquid and all that kind, washing up bottles, Anthea did a make which was the most popular and most requested for make ever.
That's it.
And what was it?
Tracy Island.
Tracy Island. Do you remember it? People nodded. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah, I've actually got... I got the design department here to make this up because obviously no schoolboy could do this.
Not my original, because I can tell.
No, but it's pretty good,
it's in
isn't
my
it?
loft, actually.
You know, I never thought I'd be sitting here with a...
That's pretty good.
My laugh like this. This was what the feature I like best of all in this is the front bit on the doors here. I really love this. You watch it. You watch what happens when the doors open. Hello.
That is excellent. That's very good.
You see the doors went then, but you see how I cope.
So my doors didn't open like that.
No, your door...
Thunderbird 3 didn't...
No, your doors don't open like that.
No, it didn't open like that at all. Didn't perfect that on Blue Peter.
No. Now, that bang flash thing reminds me of another incident in your career, which you may find painful to discuss. It's become a bit of a cult classic on the internet.
Well, it was painful at the time, but as I survived it, I've got obviously a reasonable sense of humour about it.
Well, that's good. Because I'm going to show it in a minute. Can you tell us, in case anyone doesn't know?
I haven't seen this for 8 years.
If the audience laugh, you won't be offended, will you? Because there is... I know it's tragic, but, you know, it's a bit funny as well.
I'm in one piece.
You're in one piece.
Shorter hair.
And in a way, our laughter is a celebration of that.
That's the way I'm going to think of it.
Let's have a look at Anthea's tumble.
And if you want something to happen to you on a...
Didn't go as well as I hoped.
It's a bit horrid, isn't it?
It is a bit horrid, yeah. But still, to me, slightly comic. You've become a bit of a tabloid regular now since you met Grant Bovey.
Yeah.
And is he still your boyfriend?
He is, yeah.
Yeah. And you got all sorts of stick about that, 'cause he was married and then he went back and then he stayed. It's all sorted now.
It's all sorted now,
Was it, even though it's a bit horrible, was it also a bit exciting to be in the papers all the time?
It's a funny one, that is, isn't it?
But it is a bit, though, because you're still in, you know, there's your picture, even if they're saying horrible bitch from hell.
Horrible bitch from hell.
You're thinking, yeah, but look at them earrings.
There are days when our sense of humour comes into it. You find something funny about it, or especially when you think, oh, that's completely wrong, what a load of trash they've just written there. There's no truth in that. Other times, no, actually, I've shed a lot of tears over some of that rubbish.
Is it true that, and you don't have to answer this, but is it, I read a thing that, as part of the divorce thing with Grant, is that you're only allowed to see his children for 3 hours a week?
Well, I have to say that's not true at all.
Because I heard you tried to shout them down to 45 minutes. Not true. Laughing a bit too much at that, if you don't mind me saying.
No, it's actually, it wasn't true. I think that when you're changing a situation for children, obviously you have to introduce these things very slowly. And that is only the right thing to do. But I have to say that all that was, I don't know actually where it came from, but it's not true.
So look, have you got lots of other exciting projects coming up?
Well, just at the moment, I'm having a little bit of time off. Just sort my life out, because it needs sorting out.
Well.
And so I have a little bit of me time, and I'll be back on the screens in the new year.
Good. Well,
nice little project.
I look forward to that. I've got a present for you, which I hope you'll accept for those lonely nights when you're in on your own. Perhaps Grant's away with the lads.
Yeah.
Here it is. And, there you go. Anthea Turner. Isn't it lovely? Steady. I must say, there's been some very